Hi, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your Mercury retrograde reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. And if you would like to be notified whenever I upload new videos, and I upload all the time, just hit the bell notification button. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they are all located in the description box below. So before we begin this reading, let's clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from your body like storm clouds. Feeling yourself become calm, centered, and at peace as you enter into this safe and loving space. All right. Let's let the bulls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. How will Gemini be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? How will Gemini be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? How will Gemini be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? How will Gemini be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, okay. This one right here. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Awesome. Ooh, that's lovely. The energy in there is really intense. So let's see what your chakra energy is for this time. How will Gemini be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? How will Gemini be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? How will Gemini be affected by Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, awesome. Earth Mother shining through brightly, loudly, proudly, and that is awesome. That is awesome. This energy of power, this is the Earth Star Chakra located 6 inches below your feet. This is a sense of a grounding. This is a sense of connecting to your rooted, prosperous, powerful self. This is a sense of embracing the nature of this earth and the nature of ourselves. And for that, when we say, oh, the Earth Mother or Mother Earth, we always think of something very calm, very gentle, and we forget, Mother Earth causes earthquakes, forest fires, hurricanes, tornadoes. There isn't always that sweet gentleness to things, kind of like a ripe strawberry or, a coconut tree. It is a lot of times a lot more intense than we ever realize. And that intensity of energy is around you during this time, needing to be harnessed, needing to be looked at fully, and for your nature to be honored and respected as you move forward in your power and in yourself. Then this moves us to creativity. This is the sacral chakra. This is where a lot of negativity from this life and from past lives are held. So when you have the sacral chakra here, cleansing, moving forward, but also the energy around Mercury retrograde. Communications are all in a tizzy. And Gemini, for you, you are communications. You are the embodiment of Mercury. So here there is this fluid understanding that is moving forward within you. And you're meeting roadblocks along the way, most definitely, because of a retrograde. But you're also going to be seeing things more clearly. And so as you face these roadblocks, your creativity, your passion, your desire to move forward is going to be tested. And it's tested with the hardships that you inherited from this life within your DNA line, but also the hardships that have been inherited to you through your past life self. So you're seeing where your power stands. You're seeing what your truth is, and you're seeing what it is that you desire from your life, from yourself, and from your way forward. And there is this creative energy that is around you that's really saying, harness me, look at me, understand where I'm coming from, because there's an energy within you that's going to move you towards a place that you hadn't expected to be, but that you're really going to kind of almost ignore at times because it's not where you thought you should be. Then we have grounding. Again, the Earth Star Chakra coming up. This is your rooted self. This is your roots. These are your roots. This is what makes you think of beauty and prosperity and power and prosperity. Prosperity said twice. Yeah, so Spirit is really showing you as you root yourself, as you look at, this is who I am, this is what I desire for my life, this is the way that I am moving forward. You are going to see doubts, fears, angers, upsets not fall away, but they are being addressed, because it's like, this is who I am. And this is where I want to be within my life, within my soul, within myself. And you're testing your roots at times, yes, of what you desire from life. It doesn't have to be your roots that you were born into or that you feel like you inherited. It's your roots for your soul, yourself, your energy, your desires. And then it leads you to your angels and masters, the angels and the spirit guides, angels and divinity, having their wings wrapped around you. This is the soul star chakra, located 6 inches above your crown. This is love. This is beauty. This is a harmony of understanding. This is a blessing of soul moving you forward. And this is a sense of knowing that you are safe. And that during this retrograde, as uncomfortable as a retrograde can be, you're also protected by these angelic powers, by divinity. Now the left-hand side here is your inner self. The middle is your heart, okay, your emotional self. And the right-hand side is the public arena. So let's see what they have to say. We're starting off with the 7 of Pentacles. So patience is most definitely needed. It's not something we ever want to hear, but it is something that is good to hear. It then moves us to the Queen of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Now this Mercury retrograde is from Libra to Scorpio within that time frame. So the Scorpio time frame is really coming up here for you. Then we have the 4 of Cups, divinity handing you a gift that is very unlike the other gifts that you are looking at than what you had originally thought you desired. And then you have the Page of Cups. You're learning a lot about your heart, about the way that you want to move forward, and you're finding inspiration from the most unlikely of places. So here you have pretty much all cups and 1 pentacle. So have patience with the prosperity that comes in, because the emotions, as you look at things internally, are going to be very powerful and very much guiding you forward. This then leads you to the 6 of Cups. Your heart is very nostalgic. It's kind of like things were better when, or once upon a time. So just be mindful of that. You're going to be seeing things with rose-colored glasses. It's not going to be the truth that you need all the time. And there's also a sense here of, yes, some of you are looking at things with rose-colored glasses, but others of you have scars and pains from your childhood, from when you were very impressionable, that are being dealt with and are being looked at. And they've left a really intense mark on your heart. This then moves you with the Knight of Cups. Within your heart, you are a warrior of your emotions, of what you desire, of the way that you're moving forward. And here, knights protect queens, and you are protecting this beauty that you are embracing. You then have the King of Swords, no, the Queen of Swords, there we go, coming forward. This is you in the Minor Arcana. You're represented by the swords in the Minor Arcana. You're represented by the Lovers in the Major Arcana. You are a queen. You know what it is that you want. You are cutting through doubts and fears. The Queen of Swords I always see as a warrior queen. So here you are embracing your passion, your desire, your truth. You're cutting through doubts and fears. You're done with nonsense, most definitely. And you're looking at your heart. And your heart and your mind are really having this conversation. Now, this is also the Libra side of the Mercury retrograde, strongly affecting your heart and the way that you want to move things forward. It then leads you to the Eight of Wands. It's like, ready or not, here things come. There is change coming in that you might not have always expected, but it's going to be hard pressed to change, to stop the change or change the change that is coming towards you, that is moving you in a direction that you hadn't anticipated. This then leads you to the public arena, where we have the Three of Wands. You're looking out at your future, you're looking out at the world, and for some reason, Gemini, like a switch is flipped, and you're not staying within. It's almost as if I've been patient long enough, and it's not that you're forcing it, okay? But it's like, I've been patient long enough. I'm not sitting there taking in the fact that things will be better when, or once upon a time things were better. I'm taking control, and I'm looking at what I desire and what I want and what I need, and I'm looking at things much more openly and honestly for myself. It then leads you to the Four of Pentacles. There is vampiric energy. For me, the Four of Pentacles is always vampiric energy coming in, robbing our prosperity. So emotionally, it's like, yes, I can do this prosperously, or the way that you look at yourself prosperously or deal with yourself prosperously in the Major Arcana, it's like, oh no, I can't. I couldn't possibly. But it's like, oh yeah, you can. It moves you here. Now you have the repeat of the number 8. So this is divine feminine energy absolutely coming in. This is embracing a gentler touch, but also the Earth Mother touch. So that gentle intensity, that gentle but fierce, the ripe strawberries and the beautiful flowery meadows, but also the tornadoes, the hurricanes. So here, there is that energy coming forward. It's that gentleness with the ferocity. But there is also a sense here of hard work. Well done. It's like, it's been a long and it's been a hard road. You're going to take things astoundingly seriously. This can very well be a time where you're thinking of, like, you're not saying, oh, forget the heart, but you're saying, how is this really going to help me? How am I really going to be able to move forward if I look at things emotionally? And it's like, if you don't look at things emotionally, Gemini, things will be muddled. Things will fall apart so much more easily, but not going back to scars or idealism is going to be very important. And then it moves you to the Two of Pentacles. You're balancing prosperity, right? And as you're balancing your prosperity, during this time, you're going to forget to balance yourself. You're going to sit there and think, oh, well, I can just keep on pushing forward. And it's like, yeah, you can. Most definitely. You can push until you break, until there's no one left to hold on to anything. But making sure that you're balanced, and then balancing what is important to you. That is going to be the way that you succeed. Now let's see who is going to aid you during this time. Who are the people who will aid Gemini? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020, Mercury retrograde. Who will aid Gemini during Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Who will aid Gemini during Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. These three. And I do apologize if you can hear my nephew in the background. He loves to exercise his lungs. All right. So we have here the Princess of Cups. This is water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. This is somebody who really lets you know the heart is is the power for you. This is somebody who is young or has a very youthful outlook onto things. There is a sense of really embracing what they love. They cherish what they are holding, and they help you cherish that insight, cherish that understanding. These do not have to be people you know in real life. These can be people who inspire you in a multitude of different ways through a multitude of different medias. This then leads you to the Princess of Pentacles. This is looking at prosperity a lot differently, looking at the wealth that you are calling in. But this is also somebody who is very grounded, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is somebody who looks at money differently than you do, who is opening up their eyes and their mind to a new path that they are walking forward in, and saying, you know what, why be stuck this way? Why be held back? Now it is time to move forward in glory, in prosperity, and in bounty. And it leads you to the King of Cups. Water sign energy for you during this time. Gemini, if you have water sign energy in your chart, it's coming through loud and proud. The Scorpio time frame of the Mercury retrograde is going to be very intense for you. Okay, have a lot of, heavy hitting moments. But this is also a sense here that during this time, you are being guided by somebody, or you're looking at things and being guided by someone who really does know that you are simply the king of your own world, as we all are. And this is somebody who embodies that. They might not even know that they're teaching it to you, but they live it. It is like, I cannot control, I cannot, move anything, okay, except for me. And even then, you might say to yourself, oh, I'm not going to eat that cookie, and then you eat the cookie. Even then, we don't listen to ourselves as well as we should. So the King of Cups is showing us that we are the kings of ourselves. And we cannot be the kings of anybody else. We just can't be. It's not how life works. I mean, with my nephew, you sit there and he's not even 2 yet. And he has a while there to go. And he's so stubborn and so strong-minded. And you think you can sit there and say, okay, you're going to listen to me, and you have to, because, that's just it. And that's not how it works at all. And that's what the King of Cups is really letting us see. It's like, oh, wow, it just doesn't work like that. I can control me, but even to a point, sometimes it feels like I get the better of myself. So here, it's understanding that. And it's really taking in that knowledge, that understanding, that wisdom. And he has the Irish Wolfhound behind him. So this could be somebody who has a very big dog in their life, or has fierce loyalty behind them. And they help you see the rock that you are ruling, see where you are sitting, what your throne is on, and what it is that you desire as you move forward. And there's a patience here. During this Mercury retrograde, it's like, be patient. You're going to bite off, and you're going to want to achieve so much more than is reasonable, so much more than can be achieved, because you're going to sit there and think, okay, I'll just push. And when you push and push and push, you forget the heart of the matter. And during this time for you, Gemini, the heart of the matter is everything. It is absolutely everything for you during this time. And it moves you forward in a way that lets you see so much more. So the way I love seeing the Seven of Pentacles, and the way Spirit always shows me the Seven of Pentacles, is when you have, strawberries or fruit, and they're not quite ripe yet, but you want to eat them, right? So you cut them all up, you sprinkle them with sugar, and it's like, okay, close enough is good enough. And they taste delicious, but they're not ripe. It tastes better when you let the fruit ripen on its own. And so here, with the Seven of Pentacles, it's like, let the fruit ripen. Let things come together. Don't force it. You're going to so want to sit there and say, okay, I have this idea. I know what it is that I want. I'm going to force it forward. Be patient. That patience will pay off. You have the Queen of Cups right here, right? You have loving, healing energy around you. It is a sense of embracing your heart, a sense of embracing your soul, a sense of embracing what you desire. It's looking deeper into the waters. You're here as your heart opens. You're being protected from this vampiric energy, from the energy that drains, from the energy that sits there and says, oh no, you can't be happy. You can't embrace your queenliness of prosperity, of bounty, of love, of honor and beauty. It's like, that's not for you. Remember how hard it's been. Remember how often you failed. Remember the mistakes. Look how far it is to go. And you're sitting and you're, on one hand, believing. Believing the lies that are told, because we see that connection here to the past. And the past holds lies, and it also holds beauties. It holds our remembering. And we can remember the negativity so much more intensely than we can the positivity. And so here, when you're embracing your heart, you're going to have that energy come forward. And it's going to be from the past. The past stays in the past. It cannot be changed. It just can't be. And sometimes we sit there and we look at things and we don't realize that we have a good thing until, it's too late, until it kind of slipped away. And with this Mercury retrograde, with communication and with everything being a bit topsy-turvy, or very topsy-turvy, and it affecting Geminis so intensely, because I believe Gemini is ruled by Mercury. I could be completely wrong. But I'm seeing here this Mercury energy really moving us forward. Okay? I myself am a Gemini. And it's just like this hits you hard. This hits you hard, and this hits you intensely. And if you do not know your heart, okay, if you do not know your emotions, it will knock you out of your orbit. It will knock you off your game. So connecting with your heart, connecting with your soul, connecting with your passion is going to be so absolutely intense for you during this time. And it leads you to the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is getting a gift from God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe. But it's different than you had expected it. You're looking at things one way, and you have the gifts before you, and they're all kind of neatly wrapped, all very much a certain way. But then this one gift comes in, and it's kind of like, okay, do you know if you have ever done grab bags in school, and you could either be one of those people who doesn't give a really good gift, but if you gave a really good gift, you wrapped it in tin foil, right? So you'd be able to put your hand into the grab bag gift and get your gift, so that you'd have a really good gift. I never thought of doing that when I was little, but I had somebody I worked with once that said that's what they always did, and that's what I'm seeing here. It's like you're looking at something and you're thinking, well, it's wrapped in tin foil. Why would I want that? Like, that's so weird. It's not as pretty as everything else, but it holds the best gift. That's going to be this cup. That's going to be this cup here, where it doesn't look like much at first, but then it's everything. You have the repeat of the number 4. This is telling you to take care of yourself, to ground yourself, to be there for your soul and for your understanding. The repeat of the number 8, you're going to take things astoundingly seriously during this time, which is great. You should take things seriously, but not so seriously that you forget the joy, that you forget the beauty, that you forget the connection with your heart, your soul, and what you love. Because you're going to find inspiration in absolutely unexpected places, in unexpected ways. The Page of Cups, here he's listening to this fish, which seems so absurd. It's like, what can a fish teach us? But if you've ever read, I believe it is, the story of Finn McCool, he has his wisdom come from a salmon. So it's like the wisdom comes from a fish. And the wisdom can come from afar. As you're looking at things, it's like, oh, wow, I never thought to see it that way. And you're looking at things more openly, more honestly. You're embracing your heart more truthfully, more bountifully. And you're really embracing you. And as you do so, you're releasing preconceived notions, okay? And you're sitting there and saying, why? And Gemini, for us, why is so powerful. It's so beautiful. It's like, well, why? Why does it have to stay that way? Why does it have to be that way? And we're evolving, we're becoming. And that's what you're seeing during this time. You're evolving, you're becoming, you're being a student of your heart, of your soul, of what you desire from life and where it is that you want to be. And you're going to have the trappings of your heart saying, well, it was better in the past, or don't you know you're supposed to be a failure? Those are the things that we carry with us. It's like either it was better once upon a time, or you were never supposed to be successful to begin with. And that is a right out lie. Because yes, things might have been easier, but your soul wasn't as evolved as it is right now. And the journey can be astoundingly difficult and astoundingly overwhelming. But there is a beauty to you that divinity is guiding you towards, that divinity is protecting, that your angels are watching over you with. And the hurts and the pains, the negativity that was spoken over us when we were children, okay? That was other people's inadequacies, fears, angers, doubts, brokenness that they shared with us. And it's like, no, I'm stepping out of your shadow because your best, it wasn't good enough. Because if you believe that everybody tries their best, everybody is doing their best, you can also sit there and say, the best, it just wasn't good enough. It wasn't where I needed to be or where I want to be. And now your heart is moving you from that. And you're becoming a warrior. You're becoming a warrior of the way that you're moving forward, of what it is that you desire, of your heart, your soul, and yourself. The Knight of Cups, slowly and steadily. I mean, it's the second slowest moving knight, so it's not going to be as speedily as you would like. But it slowly and steadily is moving you to a new place, a new bounty, a new love, a new understanding, a new beginning, and a new being. And as you move towards that during this time, your heart is embracing this conversation between your heart and your mind. And you might say, okay, well, why is that important? I believe that we are emotional beings. As emotional beings, we have to listen to our hearts. And because you are represented by the swords, okay? The swords are the mind. We listen to our minds so much more easily. And we'll sit there and have an emotional connection to things, or sit there and think emotionally, okay, that's the way it should be. And then we'll think we're wrong, or we'll let our hearts kind of override our minds, and we'll make up worst case scenarios always. It'll be a place of worry, it'll be a place of fear, it'll be a place of overwhelmingness. And so here, with the Queen of Swords, you're cutting through the doubts and the fears. You're cutting through a lot of the negativity that your heart has held on to and said, oh, this is truth. Oh, this is the way it's supposed to be. Oh, this is, this is what's supposed to be happening. And it's like, no. I'm cutting through the lies, the deceits, the hurtfulness that has weighed down my heart. And I'm a warrior of my heart's truth and my mind's power. I'm a warrior of where I stand and what I stand for. And I will never be held back. And I will never be silenced. And my heart moves me in the place that my mind needs to be. It's the heart and the mind coming together. It is that understanding. It is looking at a horizon and seeing things much more openly, much more honestly than you had before. And it's like you're clearing a path, okay? You're cutting through the muck and the mire. You're cutting through this jungle to get to where it is that you need to be. And as you move there, and once you have this path cleared, it's like ready or not, here it comes. You will not be slowed down. You will not be denied. And you will move forward in a grace, in a determination, in a passion, in a power, in a purpose that is astounding. But it comes at you, and it comes at you fast. So during this Mercury retrograde, as you're moving things forward, okay, and as things are changing, there can be miscommunications. There can be, sitting there thinking, okay, I'm supposed to move this way, where your heart is saying, okay, well, move this way. You need to have that conversation. And you can find confusion between the two twins that live within you, okay? One will really identify emotionally with where you want to be, and one will really identify logically. You need to have the emotions and the logic line up. That could be doing the research, sitting there and letting the research be done, letting yourself dive deep into what it is that you desire and what it is that you're working for, and make a pros and a cons list, which might sound silly or time consuming, but will actually be very centering, very, okay, I see it now. I mapped it out. There's something big that you are shifting to. There's some sort of weight that is coming off of your heart that has been there for quite some time. Some sort of pain, despair, despondencies that you have patiently been awaiting. And you have thought sometimes by pushing, you thought, oh, okay, I got it. I see it. I get it. I know how I'm supposed to be moving forward. But you're going to see that it's happening in divine time. And divine time is so annoying. I mean, I do. Sometimes I sit there and I'm like, oh, divine time. Can't it happen in my time? Can't it happen the way that I want it to? And it's like, no, it can't. It can. We can sit there and we can push the wheel this way or that way. And it can happen the way that we want it. But it'll never be as sweet or as beautiful as the way divinity wants it for us. And in the public arena, you're seeing that. You're seeing roads open. You're seeing yourself open to new ideas and new ways forward, and looking at things more openly and more honestly for yourself. New horizons is really what this is. Your ship's coming in, your ship's going out, and it's like, oh wow, I didn't think it could be. I didn't know I could. And now you start to. And it's like, yes, this is what I want. This is what I need. And it's not being kept small. Now you might sit there, and because of the state of the world and everything that's going on, you might sit there and say, well, the world is so much smaller. I can't, travel as freely or do things as freely as I once could. And that's definitely true. But this is more an internal awakening, an internal, seeing the power of your dreams and seeing the power of yourself coming forward. And there's a lot of vampiric energy, Gemini, that has been brought forward for you or to you in the public arena. A lot of words that have been spoken over you that made you doubt your wealth, that made you doubt the prosperity you could walk in, made you doubt where it is that you could go and what it is that you could achieve. And that doubt was fostered and fed by the world around us, who really likes us just to think you're just not that good. You're just not that capable. Because if you don't believe in you, then you will buy everything that they are selling for you to start, having the life that they tell you you want. Instead of sitting there and saying, no, this is me. This is the life that I want. This is the truth that I have. This is the passion that I am embracing. And this is where I stand. And this is what I stand for. The vampiric energy sucks away that joy. It can be people who spoke negativity over you when you were little, most definitely. All right? It can be people who just sit there and see this beacon of light and assurity and passion and beauty and say, well, why not me? And they leech on. They're like little leeches. And they sip away just a little bit. Like vampires. That's why it's called vampiric energy. They steal just a little bit, just a little sip, just a little sip. Until you are drained and you are drawn and you don't think that you can move forward anymore. You don't think there's any fight left in you. See yourself. Visualize yourself standing in your power. And, the throat chakra for you right now is really intense. And just visualize. You can do it if you want to, but you don't have to. Visualize a scream. This no, this stop, this scream of anger and frustration that comes out of you. And then with that release, because it's a release that has you embracing the power and the beauty of your voice. You could scream into a pillow if that is a bit more, seemly. And you release. And then see your hands over the hands of your angels, holding this sword, cutting through this energy that is around you, this golden energy of the universe. And it cuts through that energy, and for a moment you are left in silence, in peace, in harmony, in a nothingness that is gorgeous. And then the light comes back. The light of the universe comes back without the tiny strands of corruption, of negativity, of anger, of doubt, of fear, of the vampires. And it moves you to seeing that you are forging, creating, and cultivating the world that you want, where you want to stand. The Eight of Pentacles is hard work. It is working your tush off. It is dedication. It is determination. It is the fire and the passion and the beauty and the truth. And it is forging a path. And it has not been easy. But you are seeing that there is power to you as you move forward. That the hard work wasn't for nothing. And I would love to say that the payoff comes and like all of a sudden, just it's like hitting a jackpot. The money comes in, everything comes in. But this is wealth or something you value as much as money coming into your life, guiding you forward, leading you to prosperity, to bounty, to an understanding of the beauty that is around you and that you have worked so hard for. And as you're balancing everything, okay, do not forget to balance you. Do not forget to keep your feet firmly planted on the ground, especially during this time, where there is that pull from the logic and the emotional, where there's the pull from one twin to another, where there's the pull of what the world tells you should want and what you want. Have your balanced self come forward. Plant your feet deeply, stand on your 2 feet. Plant them deeply into the ground. And see your grounded, rooted self, which we see here within the chakra energy. Because if you don't balance you, you're not going to be able to balance anything. And everything is going to fall. And that's not what you want. Because you're moving towards a truth and understanding that you hadn't seen. But if you put too much weight on your shoulders, and you don't get to sit and just have time to call forward what is needed, it will crumble and sway just a bit. So be mindful of that during this time, because the Mercury retrograde will make it feel so much more intense. So much more intense than it actually is. Let's go deeper. How will Gemini be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Gemini be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Gemini be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. All right, and let's see the people who you need to be mindful of during this time. Who are the people that Gemini needs to be mindful of during Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Who are the people that Gemini has to be mindful of during Mercury retrograde, October 14th to November 3rd, 2020? Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Okay, these 3. So you have here the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy, time frame April 20th to May 20th. This is a person who is astoundingly stubborn. And this could just be, I'm not really seeing this as a bad energy or a bad person, but this is somebody who is stubborn, determined, focused, and who is really looking at things one way. And you're looking at things a bit differently. So just be mindful of that. Just be mindful of their bullheadedness coming forward. And it's like, oh my goodness, okay. Chariot, Cancer energy, time frame June 21st to July 22nd. This is somebody who's really letting their emotions run away with them. And during this time, because you have such water energy in you, okay, you can really run away with their emotions with them too. You could sit there and be like right on that bandwagon, and you want to pull back. You don't want to kind of sit there and let emotions kind of tumble into chaos, because it will be too much. You have the Prince of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. All right. This is a sense of charging forward, of passion, of fire, guiding you, determined, dedicated. All right. But this is somebody who is very determined and very dedicated to their cause, to their fire, to their truth. And you can really kind of be a bit caught up by it, a bit, enticed by it. You're going to sit there and hear them, and they're going to have a different side of a story than you do, a different way of looking at things. And you're going to think, oh wow, that has a lot more truth than the way that I'm seeing it. And it's like, no, it doesn't. It's different, and it doesn't mean that it's better. And you can actually kind of head down a wrong path, or really start doubting yourself a lot if you listen to the Prince of Wands. So that's going to be important. Just like with the Hierophant here, with the Taurus energy, this stubbornness, it can really make you kind of change what you're thinking, make you kind of sway in a way that you don't want to. It's kind of like, wait a minute, I don't want this. Like, that's not my dream. That's not my goal. Why am I being caught up in somebody else's story so intently? Now, we have the Hangman. You see things differently than everybody else internally. The Nine of Swords, right? You're looking at nightmares, at doubts, of fears, of angers, of upsets. And the Three of Swords, here you're seeing things differently as you really face a bunch of pain. A bunch of pain that has held you back, that has kept your voice silent. And let's see, as you're being patient and as you're embracing your queenliness, you see things differently. The gift is handed to you, but there is a sense of, doubts and fears as your gift is being handed to you, overriding the beauty that is coming forward. And plus, it's not what you're expecting. So why would you see it? And so that's going to be something here that is very important for this Mercury retrograde. It's like to see what is being handed to you, to see the power that is around you, and not just to kind of write yourself off because things feel confusing and overwhelming. And then we have with the Page of Pentacles, right? No, the Page of Cups, there we go. We have the Three of Swords, and it's your heart looking at things anew as you face heartbreaks, as you face pains, as you face disappointments. And it leads you to the Ace of Cups, all right? As you have you're looking at the past, as you have this nostalgic energy around you, for better or worse, kind of the past is coming in. You are really looking at and defending what your heart wants as your heart is being given this gift. And it's a cleansing, healing, beautiful gift. You have the Four of Pentacles energy coming in again, and it's right over you, this vampiric energy that makes you feel miserly, that makes you feel more like a pauper than as somebody in riches. It comes forward and it makes you doubt that you can move to where it is that you want to be. And that's part of the nightmare that you're facing here. It's like, can I have the wealth that I need within my life? Can I walk that road of truth? And as things change, you have the Queen of Pentacles coming in. And it's like, yes, you can. Yes, you can have that prosperity come in, but you have to face the heartbreak. And then it leads you to the Seven of Cups, right? As the world opens up to you and you face this vampiric energy, it's mindfully envisioning yourself moving forward towards your dreams, towards your desires. And it moves you here with your hard work to taking all that you know and all that you worked for and moving towards something new. And as you move towards something new, we have the Five of Swords, which as you're coming to a balance here, what you are facing is karmic, right? It's one more karmic battle, karmic doubt that you are facing that is helping you, stand tall on the path that this world has brought forward for you, has, had you move into this light, this beauty, and this truth. You don't see things like everybody else, Gemini. And there's here a little bit of a ridicule that has come to you because of it. It's like, you're not like everybody else. And at times, you would desperately like to be. It would just make things so much easier. Because especially during this time, when communications are getting muddled and you're not seeing things as clearly as you had before, or you're not seeing things because Mercury is in retrograde. You have these doubts to the words that you are speaking and the communications that you're having and the way that you want to move forward. You're looking at things. You're like, okay, listen, I have to have this faith in me. I have to. Because if I don't, the nightmares, the doubts, the fears, my worst fears get to be brought to life instead of my greatest dreams, instead of my greatest hopes. And that's not okay. So I face the fears that I have, the anger, the upsets, the disappointments, to have myself be a student and embrace the passion of my heart. It moves me forward to a cleansing, healing grace that is pouring around me and through me. And because you have so many cups in the main part of this reading, with the Ace of Cups coming here in going deeper, we don't have you quite taking this gift yet, but it is being taken because it's as you go deeper. And everybody in the main part of this reading, with the the Queen of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, is more than willing to take this energy. And so you're seeing this cleansing, you're seeing this healing, you're seeing this power coming forward, you're seeing this love coming in, you're seeing yourself becoming more. And it can bring an astoundingly emotional time for you. It can make you have tears and, angers and upsets and doubts and face things that you would rather keep locked away. But your heart is saying, no, face it and heal from it. Because as you do so, You are getting rid of this vampiric energy. You're slaying this dragon. You're slaying this miserliness, this pauper's mentality, and you're saying no more. And it makes you a queen of your prosperity, of wealth, or what you value as much as money as you see yourself moving forward. It's time to start believing in your dreams. The dreams that can be so sacred that it feels almost blasphemy to live them. The dreams that have become so much a part of your heart and your soul and yourself that the world is saying, why not? Why not broaden the horizons and look at them more openly and more honestly for you? This isn't simply, dreaming our lives away. Excuse me. Sitting there and just living in a dream because it is better than our reality. It is saying, this is what I want for my life. This is my dream, my hope, my desire. And then taking your knowledge and making your dreams part of this waking world. Taking your knowledge and moving forward. Is it scary? Absolutely. Is it overwhelming? Sure. Is it necessary? You better believe it. And it makes all your hard work worth it. And it's part here as you find this balance. This is another life lesson. This is one of the life lessons that we have on our path, on our way. And you might say, okay, a karmic debt, life lesson, when do they stop? They don't stop. They are always with us, always as we discover, always as we move deeper. And so here you're gaining that discovery. You're moving deeper in that truth. And you're finding yourself victorious. Victorious where before you might have seen yourself as an absolute victim. But now you are a victor. And don't let anybody tell you differently. Let's see what your spirit animal message is. Gemini. How will Gemini be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Gemini be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. How will Gemini be affected by Mercury retrograde? October 14th to November 3rd, 2020. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Fantastic. Spirit was saying 3, so that's what you have here. We start off with the Dear Spirit, and I love this one. Bring a gentle touch. So much of our world, it's who can shout louder, who can be angrier, who can be this, who can be that, who can win. And we forget. We forget the gentle touch of our world. We forget the gentle touch of our souls and of ourselves. Bring a gentle touch to a chaotic time, to an overwhelming time, because it will be a powerful move for you, a powerful way forward. It then leads you to the parrot spirit. Watch your words, especially during Mercury retrograde, and especially with the power that your words hold, Gemini. Watch your words. Watch what you are saying, consciously or subconsciously to yourself. The conversations that you have with yourself in your own head, the conversations that you have out loud. Watch your words, because your worlds build your dreams, and your dreams are part of your truth. So watch how you are handling them. It then leads you to the groundhog spirit. Take time out. Take time out to connect with your heart. Take time out to connect with your soul and your beauty and your love. Your subconscious spirit animal message is the badger spirit. Be fearless and be bold as you move forward. Be fearless and be bold as you achieve your goals, as you go after what you desire, as you move towards your greatness. It then leads you to your subconscious person message, which is the King of Swords. You have the Queen of Swords coming forward in the main part of this message, and now you have the King of Swords. And this is you, a warrior through and through, cutting through doubts and fears, knowing your mind, knowing what it is that you desire. You will have a tendency to fret over your words. I would visualize working with that. Visualizing your throat chakra, visualizing your heart chakra, just visualizing the strength and power of your words. the courage and the confidence that you have within yourself. Those chakras glowing more brightly, more passionately, more powerfully. You cut through the doubts and the fears, and you embrace where you stand and what you stand for. You embrace what you desire from life and the truth that is a part of you. There's a ferocity to you. There can also be a bit of a bluntness to you during this time. And in this time with increased sensitivity around communication, it will be something to be mindful of. Just be mindful of the bluntness. Your subconscious chakra message is communication. That's exactly what the cards are saying. Communication, the third chakra. Communication is key and is everything. Be very mindful of the way that you are communicating. Be very mindful also that you're picking up on very subtle clues that others might not know they're, projecting outward. So be mindful of your communication. Be mindful of that power that you have, but also the power of words and body language. Your subconscious tarot message. Is the world. And the world is opening up to you. Subconsciously, you can feel it. You're like breaking out of this shell. And the world is opening up to you in a way that you hadn't expected. You had been defined before by hurts and heartbreaks and pains and disappointments, despondencies and despairs of, disabilities and sorrow and even shame. And it's like, no, now it is time for the world to open and for me to step into it proudly, boldly, and confidently. To go deeper into the subconscious message is the Emperor, Aries energy, March 21st to April 19th. This is embracing your power, your strength. It is claiming your throne, knowing what it is that you desire, and standing in that truth. This is saying, yes, I have fallen, and yes, I have failed. But the whole point to me is that I've gotten back up, and I can rule my life and my existence with power, with dignity, and with profound respect. And that is what I'm doing. The repeat of the number 4 throughout this reading here has been powerful. You have it in your spirit animal with the badger. You have it in your subconscious. You have it in the main part of your reading and in the going deeper. And you are finding that by embracing your prosperity, one of the 4s that have come up before is the 4 of Pentacles, the miserliness, the pauper's mentality. And it's like, no more. No more. I get to be an emperor. I get to embrace this richness, this prosperity, this bounty of self. And I move forward in that truth. There's also passion to you, profound passion to you during this time. All right, Gemini. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy, as we move forward in the power of our words and the power of our heart, knowing that we are opening doors that had once felt barred to us, but now are barred no longer. And we are embracing a way that is grounded in our truth and guided by our angels. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony Gemini.